Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Welcome to our complete reading of Srimad Ramayana. We are in the previous episode. We have actually seen how the people of Ayodhya were. Now, as I told in the previous episode itself, the qualities that are desired out of a king, they were very well told in Ramayana. That's in the sixth sarga of Ramayana. As I told, we would be trying to look at all of those qualities in one go, than going back and forth between them, because that would really help anyone who is aspiring to be a leader. And this is what Ramayana talks about: leadership. Okay, the first rule for a king is dharma paripalana, which means he needs to know what needs to be done. He needs to really understand what is correct and what is not correct. And so how does he know what is the correct thing? Per Hinduism, per Sanatana Dharma, Vedas talk about Dharma. Vedas talk about Dharma. So you need to understand Vedas to understand what is correct and what is not correct and rule. Probably if you are trying to map it to today's context, he needs to understand, if he is trying to be a leader, if he is trying to lead an organization or a unit, he needs to understand what are the rules that are laid out, and he always needs to ensure that everything, whatever is happening, happens within the boundaries of those rules, and whatever is the most correct thing that needs to be done at any point of time, that needs to be done. So that's the first thing, is dharma paripalana. The second quality that is asked from a king as per Ramayana is sarva sangraha, which means the king should be able to pull all the people together along with him. Okay, so he should be able to win over the warriors with his shaurya, with his energy, with his parakrama. He should use, he should have enough panditya, or he should have enough wisdom, enough knowledge, so that all the learned men walk behind him. And he should ensure that the subjects are really happy. So with that, he will win over the people. Okay, and by his large heartedness, he should always ensure that the people who are working under him will travel along with him. So like this, a king should always be able to carry all the people along with him, and ensure that no one turns against him, right? So that's the meaning of sarva sangraha. You can map it to a leader also. A leader who is in a particular field should have enough knowledge in that field, so that the learned men in that field would follow him. He should show enough guts to take strong decisions, so that the people who are interested in such sort of decisions, who are a little more aggressive in nature, who are more go-getters, they would follow him, right? And then he should always keep the people around him. He should always ensure that his behavior, the way he is carrying himself, is keeps the people around him happy. And then people who are working under him should always show large heartedness, ensure that they get their visibility, ensure that they get the needed appreciation, and probably not be very very harsh on them, but then be strict enough to keep them in line, so that all of them also travel together with them. So that's the second quality. The first quality was dharma paripalana. The second quality is sarva sangraha. The third quality is dirghadarsi. So he should be able to see into the future. He should be means, it's not that he should know astrology or something. He should be able to see as to where each of the activities that are being done are going to lead. You should have enough eyes and ears to the ground to ensure to identify how things would shape up 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. And he should always protect his team. He should always protect his kingdom from from the external pressures that might come up. Okay, so that's a dirghadarshi, being able to look into a long-term perspective for his kingdom. Okay, and not the short-term perspectives that come out. So that's dirghadarshi. Then tejashali, which means he should do some sort of anusthana on a daily basis, so that people like him, so that he gets that enough tejas, that he radiates with energy always. Okay, so the kings per Ramayana are expected to be doing at least some anusthana on a daily basis, so that the face radiates that energy of the mantra that they are doing. Okay, with that tejas, even the enemies should think twice before trying to attack him. Even in our daily life, when we are trying to map this quality, do enough penance every day so that you again radiate with that energy, and people, when people are there around you, they think twice before doing any harm to you. So that's Tejashali. The fourth one is he should be loved by the Paura and Janapada. So a king should be loved by both people who are living in the cities and also the people who are living in the rural areas. So the people in the cities have different expectations from a king or from a government than the people from the rural areas. Someone who is able to balance these two would make for a great king. Okay, so that's what is being asked for here, that he should be liked by both the Paura and the Janapadas. Same is the case if you're leading a team or something, or if you are a leader in an organization, you should be able to understand the needs of all classes of people in that organization, and you should be able to adapt to all those people. You should, the policies you frame should benefit both the stratas. Only then you would be able to move forward, is what Ramayana is saying. And then your job as a king, the sixth quality is your job as a king is not just ruling the kingdom, but also ensuring that your afterlife is also good. So, and not just you should be thinking about balancing the current and the afterlives of the for the subjects also. So for that, what should the king do? He should do yajnas, yagas, and he should ensure that he is having good amount of daiva bala. Okay, so a king should be always interested in doing yajnas and yagas. So probably today, while living in extremely secular places, I don't know how this quality, I mean, to be very honest, I'm not sure how this quality can be exactly mapped, but I would definitely say this much, that a leader should always ensure that that he and his people are able to balance, both the personal and professional lives of people, and at the same time, the spiritual part. If a leader can push his team also on the spiritual path, whatever might be of their interest, that would be good, is all I want to say. I really want to directly do a adaptation of it here, but yeah, but if you have better ideas than this, definitely you're welcome to share with me in the comments, or by messaging or texting, anything. Okay, then the seventh quality that is needed from him is a person who is interested in doing dharma karyas, means charity activities. The king should always be interested in doing some amount of charity, which is creating, digging huge lakes, or creating forests, means, or creating gardens. Okay, these are all considered to be a king's duties. You can map it to leadership, probably being more aware of the environment, conscious of some social responsibility work that they can do, right? And most importantly, he should conduct himself in one such. The eighth quality says that he should always ensure that once a command is given from him, that is done without any hesitation. Everyone should be doing it. So you have such a command over people. Same goes with the leadership also. And then the ninth quality, another extremely important quality for any king, is he should have a control of his senses. He should not be running after bhoga. Bhoga is, things which give temporary happiness. Okay, while he should be ruling like a king, he should have the control of the senses like a rishi. Okay, and mostly he should not be running after kamini and kanchana, which is he should not be running after women and money. Okay, if it is a female ruler also, you can map it to the opposite sexes. But so this is an extremely important quality needed from a king. Okay, so again, even in leadership also, having a control of your senses and trying to steer clear of controversy is an extremely needed quality. Then the 10th quality is, even he should never bear enmity towards anyone. Even if it is a Shatru king who is attacking him, he should, he should fight for the sake of fighting, and and defeat the guy. But then he should not always, when he is sleeping, when he is waking up, He should not always be thinking about that Shatru, I'll annihilate him, I'll annihilate him. No, that will put the kingdom into a wholesale problem. So the same goes with leadership. Never give in to too much of anger or too much of jealousy or too much of dvesha against any person. Okay. Then, as I told, even the 11th quality, they are again talking about Indriya, the control of Indriyas and all. The 12th quality is again, it's extremely important to be financially prudent. He should not spend, the king should not spend money on things that won't give him good results. He should always be extremely careful about every penny he or she is spending, and he should always be extremely careful about how the money that he is releasing is getting spent on a daily basis. On a daily basis, he should be checking about the financial condition of the kingdom, and he should always be very careful as to how that money is getting spent. Okay, so these are the qualities that are described, that are desired out of a king, and that's what Ramayana says. In the next episode, let us look at who were the ministers of Dasharatha Maharaja and what they were doing. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pasyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Jai Shri Ram.